I'm Taylor and today our group is going to be introducing the dodge. The dodge is a locomotor skill which means it involves the body moving either horizontally or vertically from one point to another. It is a skill that involves a high level of balance and stability. The dodge is an extension of the side gallop and sprinting. It involves dynamic, fluid and coordinated movement to change directions and important skills in many sporting games. It is one of the most important fundamental movement skills as it helps students to get away from their opponents when they are playing competitive games such as soccer, netball, rugby and basketball. It is fundamental in avoiding collisions. Another reason why it is important is because it helps to improve and teach students about the stability and movement of their body, which can help them when trying to change directions.
The dodge is recommended to be introduced in Year 1 and be mastered at the end of Year 3.
When you first introduce the dodge to grade 1 level, you should only use markers or cones as you don't want to overcomplicate it and introduce games which involve competition. You should also get your children to walk through the course first just so they understand before you get them to run or dodge. Once they're slightly older and have mastered the skill of dodging, you can start to introduce games that involve a defender where the students have to dodge, e.g. scarf tiki, what's the time Mr. Wolf, or here or there. So first of all, I'm just going to get you to walk to each cone just so you get a feel of the course. So once you've got that down pat, you can just go and start the dodge. So that's an appropriate way to introduce the dodge to level 1. So in order to complete a dodge, which is a quick deceptive changes in direction to evade, chase or flee from an opponent, learners need to firstly travel with their head up and their eyes up as well, in a low body position, leaning forward with their knees bent. They then must change direction by pushing off their outside foot and use the plant and go technique, which as you can see Taylor is doing. She is planting with one foot and then stepping. And this is also done quickly, as you can tell. When teaching the skill, it was also important that teachers may use a little warm-up exercise just to warm up the muscles, make sure the surface is suitable and not slippery at all, and is clear of any obstacles that can come their way. It is important for the teacher to be in front of the learner just so they can see exactly what they're doing. Otherwise, if say, for example, I was behind Taylor, well, I can't really see her face, if her head's up, I can't really see where her eyes are, I can't see her legs, if they're bent from the front. That's why it's important that you're in front so you get a good view. So when teachers are giving feedback to their students based on how they are going, it is important that the feedback is very specific and given as soon as possible. It is also important that the feedback also highlights what is good about what the student is doing rather than all negative. So Taylor, I'm just going to get you to perform the dodge. So I really like the way you're stepping on your outside foot. Yep, so teachers will find that students may not be able to grasp this concept straight away, which is totally understandable. Yep, so Taylor, did you want to perform the dodge for me? Yep, thank you, Taylor. So as you just saw, the dodge wasn't performed correctly, which is perfectly okay, that can be built on. So firstly, it is important that the knees are bent. This is so the extension of the powerful muscles in the legs can be directed through the body in a sideways direction. Secondly, it is also important to be in a lowered position to support bent knees and also keep balance and therefore be able to gain maximum force. Also, students need to keep their head up, their shoulders up and their eyes up in order to deceive their components when they're coming their way, and also focus on their point of travel so they don't bump into other people. 2 o'clock. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 4 o'clock. What's the time, Mr. 1 o'clock.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf?
4 o'clock.
What's the time, Mr. Wolf?
Dinner time. The time, Mr. Wolf, as you just saw, is a game that you could play once the children have mastered the skill of the dodge. So by the end of year 3, around that time, maybe even year 2. So resources people can attend to regarding learning the dodge on top of what we've referenced include Connecting Learning, which is an online resource full of information about the dodge, including games. The Victorian curriculum, which would be especially useful for teachers as they can find out information regarding what their students need to know about it. Basketball, Dodge, Defender and Find Space is another resource that has many activities regarding how to implement the dodge. Finally, the Netball Association has information regarding drill demonstrations, coaching points and activities that can be very useful.